Hello crew, welcome back to the Gaming Ocean TCG channel. Hope everyone's doing well. And in this video, we have the brand new starter decks in the One Piece TCG. Starter Deck 8, Monkey D Luffy, and Starter Deck 9, Yamato. We have a black and yellow deck. This is pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm actually very interested in Yamato itself. And excited to see what these decks have in store for us. See what these cards do, how they play out. And that's what we're going to do. And before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button so you'll be up to date on the latest videos. And without further ado, let's dive straight into it. All right, so of course, each of these starter decks always has a little tape here in the corner. I'm just gonna take care of this now. Knowing me, I always struggle. Here we go. And we're actually gonna do starter deck 8 first. Or let's just get them out of the box in general, then we'll start it off. That's a good way to go about it. There we are. And let's see, do they still give you a rule book, play mat? I mean, we're a couple of decks in, and it kind of looks like they do still. I put this in the corner like that or something. Yep, so it is still the play mat and kind of a rule player's guide on how to play the game. So you got one side player's guide, the other side the play mat itself. Everything is placed. So we got that. And the deck itself, look at that. Luffy looks very mature in this card. And we got here the Yellow Yamato. Alright, let's say, wait a minute. Has one too. There we go. Here they are. Yamato. This is a beautiful illustration of Yamato. So again, we're going to start off with Monkey D Luffy. And it's okay. So it looks like they don't put it in that strange tape or guard no more. They just put it in the plastic and boom, bada bing. Comes out. That's interesting. I like how they always, every TCG company like transforms their starter decks and changes them up all the time. I'll put this to the side here. All right, so starter deck 8, Monkey D Luffy. Leader card, Monkey D Luffy. This leader has 5 life, and on your turn, when a character is KO'd, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to this leader. Okay, interesting. So here's our leader card. Down there, we got Utah. It looks like little baby Utah, huh? So it's a 2 cost, and it is a character film card. This character cannot be killed in battle by leaders. Activate main, I guess your main phase there. You may rest this character. Give up to 1 of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. So it looks like black still plays on the fact they reduce the cost of your opponent's characters, and then some of other character cards effects pop off depending on your opponent's character cards cost level at the time, right? So we get, of course, 2 Utahs. I did buy 2 of each starter deck to have a full set. And then we got Shanks. Oh, cool. Oh, this is amazing artwork for Shanks. This looks really cool. Shanks. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. KO all characters with a cost 1 or less, as you can see. So you want to reduce the cost of your opponent's character cards. If they hit 1, 0, 2, depending on what the effect is realistically, 1 or less, they all die. This is kind of cool. Really cool. Got the Shanks card there. All right, the rest of the deck. Here we go. We've got Gaimon. Has a count of 1,000, 2 cost, just a character, no effect. Kobe, activate main. You may rest this character. KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost 2 or less. This is only 1 of your opponent's character. Versus Shanks is all of them. All right, Shirahoshi. She is a blocker. On play, give 1 of your opponent's character -4 cost during this turn. Okay, nice. Hey, Nefeltari Vivi. She is a blocker, and she does have a trigger when she's in your life. Play this card. I'm not gonna lie, this deck's actually interesting too. Higuma. Very cool. On play, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. You know this bandit from the very first episode of One Piece, right? There is the sea monster. The 8 Shanks arm. 4 of these. We got Makino. Alright, on play, if there's a character with a 0 cost, draw a card. 4 of those. Monkey D Garp. Looks like just the body. Does have a count of 1,000. 7k DP. Get 4 of these as well. Monkey D Luffy himself. 3 cost, 5k DP with 1000 counter, no effects. Hey, Laboon. 1000 counter, 6k power, 4 cost, no effect. These illustrations are nice. Mr. 2. Bankure. Bit them. 5 cost, 6k attack. Looks like Mr. 2's ability. If you give it a Dawn card, at the end of a battle in which this character battles your opponent's character, you may KO the opponent's character you battle with. If you do, KO this character as well. So, okay, so this is, I don't know if there's any other cards in the game where they give like a, I don't know a good way to say it, but like a retaliation or some type of like, you know, no matter what you attack or is attacked, your opponent loses that character anyway, but you also lose your character card. So we got 4 of these. So that's the character cards. Put this here. Boom. Okay, it's still in frame. Now we're going to the event cards. We got Gum Gum Bell. Oh, when he did this to Kuro, huh? Main. You may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. Okay. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -7 cost during the turn. Oh, okay. That's another way to do it. Trigger it. Add up to 1 black character card with a cost 2 or less from your trash to your hand. Oh, nice. Recycling. If it's triggered, get 4 of these. Gum Gum Pistol. Main. KO up to one of your opponent's character with a cost 2 or less. Trigger. Draw a card. That's really all the event cards. Okay. There's no stage card in this set. Interesting. And of course, 10 Dawn cards, which you need a deck of 10 to play the game. So starter deck gets you set up. This is actually a pretty neat starter deck. It looks like realistically they reduced the cost still, black cards, but they reduced the cost and a lot of the characters here pretty much destroy everything. So it looks like you got one that destroys 1 character, and of course you have Shanks to kill all of the character cards depending on the cost level. Now let's move into Yamato, which is the one I'm actually really interested in as well. I love the artwork to the leader card. Alright, this is cool. I actually like the yellow cards in the One Piece game. Big Mom was pretty cool. Now we're into Yamato Yellow. So this character, or this leader, I should say, 5 life, 5k. If you give this leader 1 Dawn, opponent's turn. If you have 2 or less life cards, this leader gains 1000 power. So a power boost, pretty cool. But the art itself is lovely. This is beautiful. Who did this one? Nij Mark. Good job there. This is amazing. Put the leader card here. And this looks actually looks like an alternate alt card or an illustration card. The way it's made is pretty cool. Flowers everywhere. Kazuki Odin, of course. Kazuki Odin, 7 cost, 7k power. If you give this a Dawn, this character gains double attack. So it means you can deal 2 damage versus just 1. On KO, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Okay, so that's cool. A good way to add life and live a little longer. Pork Gas DA. So I'm going to assume everyone related to Yamato in this deck. Cool. Once per turn, if this character would be KO'd, you may trash 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards instead. Oh, so you can protect your Pork Gas DAs by trashing one of your life cards. You get 2 of these, of course. And I also bought an extra deck for that to complete the set. Now we're on to the rest of the deck here. We got Uzuki Tempura. The only thing it has, it does have a trigger ability. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 2 or less and add this card to your hand. Okay, 4 cost. Does have 1000 counter power. 4 of these. Ulti. Cool. I like Ulti. No real effect. 1000 power. Or sorry, 1000 counter. 6k power. 4 cost. Kaido. I was thinking Kaido might be in this deck, you know, if it's all related to Yamato, but we do have a Kaido, 5k power, 4 cost, 1000 counter. If this Kaido has a Dawn attached to it, if you have 2 or less life cards, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. So far, everything seems to be 2 or less, so it looks like this deck plays on 2 or less life. I think the Linlin also did, like, if you had 2 or less, recover 1 or something like that. So it seems like 2 or less seems to be the sweet spot for yellow for One Piece TCG. Get 4 Kaido. Hey, Kazuki Mononosuke. Cool. Counter 1000, 4k power, 2 cost. This is nice illustration. Pretty cool. How many do you get? 4? Okay. 4. Shinobu. 2k power, 3 cost. Blocker. And on block, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. This character gains 4000 power during this battle. So you can kind of like buff up this blocker so to live, but you do lose a life card out of that. But that's how this color plays. Pretty interesting. Shimotsuke Ushimaru. If you have a Dawn attached to this character, when attacking, you may add one card from the top or bottom of your life cards to add to your hand. Cool. Play up to one yellow Land of Wano type character card with a cost 4 less from your hand. Cool. And you get 4 of these. Looks like a blue-haired Zoro, huh? Alright, Fugetsu Umusubi has a trigger. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 1 or less and add this card to your hand. It's 4 of these as well. Monkey D Luffy. Oh, this is cool. This is cool artwork. I like this one. 3 cost, 5k power, 1000 counter. No real effect, but the artwork looks fantastic. Get 4 of those. And Yamato. This is cool illustration too. 2000 counter, 3 cost, 3k DP. When attacking, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. This character gains 2000 power until the start of your next turn. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Okay, so the always have 5k DP until your following turn. Nice. 4 of these. And Yamato again in her Zoan form. 7k DP, 5 cost, 1000 counter, no effect. And that's the deck itself. Well, that's the character cards for the deck. So we'll put them here. Boom. And we'll go to the event cards now. We got Narikabura Arrow. That's pretty cool. It does have a counter and does cost 1. If you have 2 or less life cards, give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 3k power during this turn. Trigger, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So this is a good way to recover life. You want to get 2 of these. I would probably suggest 4 of these possibly. Good way to recover. Thunder Bagua. Counter, up to one of your leader or character cards gains plus 4000 power during this battle. Nice. Then, if you have 2 or less life cards, add up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 3 or less to the top or bottom of the owner's life cards face up. It's a good way to remove something they have, right? It has to be cost 3 or less. Trigger, draw a card. Interesting. Kind of interesting. There's no... It seems all the cost has to be less than 2, 3, 1 when it comes to some of the effects per the opponent's characters cards, and there's no way to reduce them. So interesting. So that's the event cards. And of course, 10 Dawn cards to play the card game. And that's going to do it. That's the 2 starter decks. As we can see, the black starter deck, Monkey D Luffy, does still play on reducing cost of your opponent's characters to pop off some certain effects, and mostly they're all destruction effects. And it looks like this yellow deck, yellow still manipulates your life cards. This one specifically does 2 or less. You have to have for most of the effects, and of course there are cards to recover. I remember the Linlin deck had like 1 or 2, other than the leader card, there was 1 other card that helped you recover, but this seems to have a little bit more, and event cards to trigger to recover as well. But this is pretty cool. I do like the life manipulation things, kind of like a very risky type of style. I like that. Pretty cool. I'll probably give this starter deck more of a try. Like it. This deck is actually really cool too with destruction. But what do y'all think about these 2 starter decks? Starter deck 8 and 9, Yamato and Monkey D Luffy. So that's going to wrap up this video. Hope y'all enjoyed unboxing and showcasing and a little review of the 2 new starter decks in One Piece TCG. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the crew for more TCG content and opening. And until next time, smooth sailing.